Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would do like a makeup tips and tricks slash kind of go through products that I think help make your makeup last all day. They're long wearing and you come out at the end looking almost the same as you did at the beginning, at least like for a reasonable amount of time. These are products that I use all the time. I work long days and that means I'm putting my makeup on at like 5:30 a.m. and I'm getting back home at about 8:30, 9 o'clock. And my makeup doesn't always look perfect. Let's get this straight. It never looks perfect, but it does look pretty good from start to end. So I'm going to go through some of the products with you and some of the tips that I use to keep my makeup lasting and looking half decent at least all day long. So if you want to see what products I use to keep my makeup lasting, then please carry on watching. And if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel before you leave. And if you press that notification bell, you'll be notified every time I upload. Now, to kind of get a baseline going here, I have normal to dry skin, generally dry. In the summer, I can get a little bit like sweaty, oily, but that's really not my baseline at all. However, if you are oily, I think a primer may benefit you. I haven't had primers work for me in terms of making my makeup last longer, but then I'm not oily. I think if you are oily, a lot of people tend to get that kind of oil slick moment. And my sister is oily. She has this kind of same problem. She finds mattifying primers really, really helpful. So mattifying primers are beneficial for applying to your oily areas alone. I think if you apply mattifying primers to your non-oily areas, that's what you can start to look dry and a little bit cakey. So I would recommend, say you have an oily forehead like T-zone, apply that mattifying primer to those areas rather than all over your face. A, you save on primer, which saves you money, and B, you stop looking like cakey oily as like all of like the moisture is sucked from the product into your skin. That works just generally speaking to me for oilier people. If you're not, then I haven't found a product yet that does make your makeup last longer in terms of primer. But your base is still really important. It keeps every other product on. Now, I'm not wearing the products that I've mentioned today. I filmed another video before this, so I thought I would just kind of go through it all as we go. There are a few foundations that I have found that last fantastically on my dry skin. None of them are super glowy. The only one that was glowy that lasted well was the Dior Forever Skin Glow, but that mattified, like my skin absorbed that moisture as the day went on. Now the ones that look the same from start to end, there's a couple of affordable ones and a couple of higher end. So the higher end ones, I have the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. This is in Alabaster, so this is like my shade, the lightest shade. And this one lasts super well. It just lasts all day. It is quite a matte finish and I do have to prep my skin really well beforehand. I have to make sure I'm fully exfoliated and really well moisturised to pull this off as I'm a bit drier. But I would recommend this for like a really, really long wear. This to me is the product that lasts the best on my skin. The Dior Forever is also one. I do not have a full bottle of that. I have samples of that. That one lasts basically as well as the other one. It is a bit more of a smooth matte finish, like it does have a bit more of an airbrush quality than this one does. However, I also find it lasts really well on my skin. However, it is a little bit less affordable. It's like £37. I believe this is 32. The other two I'm about to talk through are like drugstore alternatives. You guys will have seen me use this all the time. I swear I do use this all the time. This is a Maybelline Superstay Foundation. I have 03 True Ivory, which is still too dark for me. I do have to mix in a lightener, which does drop its long wearability very slightly, but barely. If you are any deeper than me, then this would work. And I say any deeper. Like I can wear this if I want to look a bit tan. It's not too dark. I did try in the testing video for this 05, which I also use with a mixer. But this is a fantastic drugstore alternative if you want like a matte airbrushed look. The only one that is more of like a satin matte finish is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. Now this is one that I'm sure like everyone loves. I have the shade 15, which is porcelain. The lightest shade available worldwide is Pearl. But that's not available in the UK through like Boots, Superdrug, anywhere that we're not going to have to pay like import charges. So I have porcelain and this one works really well for me on its own. It is a touch dark and you can add lightning drops to it. This foundation has a satin matte finish and lasts really well on my skin. I do find if I don't again prep my skin very well, then you can see my dry patches. But this one is the one that I've been using actually at the moment as I've been going on shift and things like that. This is one of my most favourite foundations and I wear it all the time. All of them will make your makeup last longer. If you don't have a base that lasts, then the rest isn't going to last very well, if you know what I'm saying. All your other products are just going to slick off. That includes concealer. Now, to me, a long-lasting concealer is one that isn't going to crease as the day goes on. Like, I absolutely love the look of the Flower Beauty concealer, but I find as the day goes on, as I get to like the 8 to 10 hour point is when that starts to crease. The couple of concealers that I really recommend that are the most crease proof, they're not like creaseless completely. I do get a little bit of creasing, but my favourite two for like long wearability are the L'Oreal Fresh Wear and the Collection Lasting Perfection, both drugstore. I mean, this one has 6 mils and this one has like twice the amount. It is twice the price, so it's really whichever works for you. You can get this one a little bit lighter than this one. But honestly, they're both absolutely fantastic concealers and I would recommend them both. They are the most long-lasting, flawless-looking concealers I have found. Now, the tips part with these concealers is don't always use too much, otherwise it can look a bit unnatural and you have to set it. If I don't set this, I'm going to be a creasy mess. You have to make sure the creases are all like out of the skin and then set it. If you do not set it well, then it is not going to last. If you can get away with baking, so say if you're oilier, if you're prone to baking and it looks good under your eyes, I would definitely recommend it. Pressing as much powder in there is going to make it last longer. I can't press the same amount of powder under my eyes, it just looks cakey, so I can't really get away with baking the way other people can, otherwise I would do it. It does help your makeup stay crease proof. It's kind of the same with setting your face. Pressing powder in to all of your areas where you think you're going to lose product is the way to go. I lose product mostly, which I mention like I'm sure like every time, and you'll see on my foundation reviews from my nose and from my chin. I don't press product in so much then because I want to see how the foundation wears. If I need my foundation, everything to last all day, pressing the product in and then dusting away the excess is the way to go, because you're just pressing the foundation into the skin. You're pressing that powder into the skin. Setting your makeup is one of the like foolproof ways of making it last. Now, if you're looking for a glowy finish that does take away the glow, you'll see often I don't set my forehead because I don't want to lose that glow. I don't find I lose makeup from my forehead, which is why I can afford not to set it. I lose makeup from my nose and my chin, so I have to set it. I have to set my cheeks to blend product on top, and it also helps the other product last. So I would say if you need like a glowy forehead, like don't set it, but set the rest of your face, because that means you're not going to lose makeup from the rest of it. Now, eyeliner. That is one of the other points that I thought I would mention, eyes and eyeliner. Eyeliner specifically, I don't have any product that is necessarily any better than any others. I'm not a big eyeliner person. I don't wear eyeliner a lot. But when I do, one of the things I recommend if you find you've got a bit of a leakier eyeliner, you know when you have your flick and you get a little bit of a leak here, setting your eyeliner with black shadow can work really well to help prevent that leakage. It can help it with like the crusting and the flaking. I mean, getting a good eyeliner to begin with matters, but if you find it's a bit leaky or a little bit wet, setting it with a black shadow will mattify it, make it more black if you're not finding it super black, and it will actually help the longevity of your eyeliner. I find that that is one of my favourite kind of tips for making it last when I actually bother to do it, because if I'm bothering to do it, it better had last. Do you know what I'm saying? For your eyeshadow, I am always going to vouch for eye primer. Like the MAC paint pot, like that to me is supposed to be like a cream shadow. I think you need an eye primer to make your eye makeup last. I have had shadow palettes that like I will not use it and I see a difference. Like I definitely agree that actually eye primer makes a huge amount of difference and it makes your makeup last, especially depending upon the quality of the shadow. So the MAC paint pot is definitely one of the things that I would recommend for making it last. If you can find another eye primer that works for you, that's great. There's a couple that I've tried that haven't worked for me, but this one does, and I haven't actually tried that many since to kind of give you more options than that. There are definitely more out there on the market that people rave about. However, this is the one that I can recommend to you because it's the one that I've tried. There are a few different shades for all sorts of skin tones online, so if you look and you're a bit of a deeper skin tone, you'll find one that matches. It also helps kind of conceal the lid in terms of veins, so if you want a little bit more of like a fresh look, if you just want to blend the colour in the crease and call it quits, having something to kind of conceal over those like eyelid veins or whatever, if you have them, will help. It also helps if you have like oily eyelids, because by popping that on and then setting that again with a powder, that will help mattify them and help your shadow stick, especially if you find it slicks off in the summer. So with lipstick, honestly, there isn't like a tip, trick, anything that I can give you. It's all about the right product. It really is. Now, to me, my most favourite long-lasting lipstick, which you will have heard me talk about all the time, so you'll know what it is Maybelline Superstay lipstick. I mean, this is my favourite shade. I have quite a few. I really should pick up most of the collection because I would wear it all the time if I could get away with it. This is beautiful lipstick. It lasts literally through anything. Oil, like greasy food, absolutely anything, and creates a really smooth, like clean lipstick line, which I absolutely love. Do you know what I mean? Like just a sharp edge. It's just everything, you know? I absolutely love it, and to me, the right formula matters. I mean, there's also other options. The Sugar Pill lipstick, I absolutely love this one. This is a bit more of like a pinky toned one, but like I said, this is one that is available from Beauty Bay. You will find the Maybelline one in like Boots, Superdrug, online, places like that. But if you just do most of your online shopping, then I think like the Sugar Pill one is also a really fantastic option, also really long lasting. A little less comfortable, I would say, than the Maybelline one, but I have my like top 5 lipsticks of 2018, both of which include this, so I will leave that video link down below. Not all of those are long wearing, just so you're aware, but it's something to check out if you're just looking for some nice lipsticks as well. Like I said, with lips, it's all about the formula. But with the setting spray I would say matters. It depends on what you're looking for. Now, personally, if I've got like a powdery look going on, then I want something to melt it together. The Urban Decay one is okay for that. The All Nighter is my favourite for making everything last. It has a little bit of a hairspray smell to me, but you know what? This one is like the one that makes it last that bit longer than if I just use my MAC Fix Plus. You'll see me use my MAC Fix Plus all the time. I have like a few samples of this, which is why I'm kind of making my way through them. This one makes your makeup last forever. And what makes it last longer, I find, is if you like coat your face, like take anything you've got nearby, like a piece of paper, anything, and just wait for it to dry. Fan and wait for it to dry. It does help lock in that makeup, I find. I don't know what it is about it, but it just makes your makeup just stay in place just that bit longer. And honestly, if it's free, why not give it a shot? I find that helps much more than any of like most of the other products. I think the 2 most important steps in terms of tips and tricks are the amount you set your face. Doesn't really matter so much the powder. You find the powder that works for you and your skin. But setting everything is really important. And then again with a setting spray, setting it again and fanning. That is really important to help lock that makeup in. A lot of the rest of it, to be honest, is down to using the correct products that work for you and your skin, but also last really well. So this one is probably a little more geared towards those of you with dry skin. Oily skin gals, there is tips and tricks in this that will work for you. Setting, using a oil controlling primer, those are really important. And actually, your mattifying foundations are ones that are going to last a bit longer anyway, and they're probably going to look a bit better on your skin anyway if you are oily. But those are kind of the things that I think are going to work best for you guys if you're looking for a long wearing makeup routine for, say, work, something that you need to last all day. But if there's any other tips and tricks that you guys have that I have not mentioned, please leave it down below. I would love to know more, just to make it a bit more perfect each time, like to last from when I leave the house, like completely. Now, the routines I have, they're not the most perfect routines ever. Do not get me wrong. I'm still working on it. I'm no makeup artist, nothing like that. But I do love makeup, and these are the things that have actually improved my makeup game over the past couple of years that have absolutely changed my life. I now can go into work knowing that my makeup's going to look okay at the end of the day, because otherwise I ain't going into work with a full face of makeup if I'm going to look a mess at the end. But again, I hope you guys have liked this video and I found at least 1 or 2 tips and tricks useful. Do let me know if you decide to use any of them. Comment down below and let me know which products you think do well for your skin, anything like that. So if you guys like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel before you leave. And if you press that notification bell, you'll be notified every time I upload. Thank you for watching.